This is a update video of me showing my fans that I'm gonna be getting rid of. If you remember back in August of 2025, I made a farewell video to the fans that I'm gonna be selling over at the Antique Fan Collectors Association that happened in Memphis, Tennessee. I only sold one fan. If you remember, it was I showed you the fans that I wasn't gonna be selling, and that was a old Eskimo table fan that I was gonna keep, but as we were leaving, somebody saw my Eskimo Art Deco table fan that I brought with me to the Fan Collectors Association, and they were interested into buying it. At first, I didn't want to sell that fan, but I changed my mind and I sold that fan to that person. Son. So that was the only fan that I sold at that Antique Fan Collectors Association over at in Memphis, Tennessee. And after I made that video, somebody actually commented that 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 they that their dream fan that I had was that old Lasco 3723, and that YouTuber was Retro J Fans that I never heard of, and they commented on that video, and I actually replied back to that YouTuber, and I told them that I would be making a update video. That's what this video is. And I told them that I would be making an update video of where you can buy any of these fans that I have right here. So, for all ado, let's get started showing these fans one by one. So let's get started. Here's the first fan. This is a 1950s Westinghouse model LA4 Lively Air table fan. Almost everything works on this fan. The oscillator works on it. And everything. I'm getting rid of this fan because I'm gonna be trying to look for a older Westinghouse table fan that has the wavy emblem on it, and so that's why I'm gonna get rid of this Westinghouse table fan. I got this Westinghouse table fan from the antique show a long time ago. This fan served a lot of use for me. I ran this fan throughout the spring and the summer on my sunroom. I made a lot of videos of my fan startup videos, and you would see this fan in the background running like on my sunroom. And I'm just gonna be selling this fan off. It's just been sitting down here in my basement with the other antique fans that I own, and it's just been collecting dust. So here we go with On. If I can turn the switch. Here we go with On. If the oscillator would work for me. Let me see if I let me see if I can get the oscillator up and running. Sort of turning for me. Let me see if I can get the oscillator to work. It worked before I made the video. There we go. It just needed some help. There we go. This fan pushes a lot of air also. If somebody's interested in this fan, I will tell you where you can buy this fan. And here we go with Off. So let me move on to the next fan. Okay, let me move on to the next fan. I didn't use the switch to turn off the fan. I used the power strip to turn off the fan. So let me set the camera down and let me plug this fan and I'll move to the next fan. So here's the next fan. Here's a old Wizard Deluxe fan. I got this from the antique show. Also, I bought this fan because I wanted to see if I can get this fan up and running. There's only two parts that are missing off of it, and that's the cord and that's the oscillating mechanism that's missing off of it. And and I actually went onto eBay to try to buy a parts fan that was the same fan I actually found a parts model that was the same fan, and on the day that I was gonna buy this fan, somebody already bought it before me. So yeah, so I tried to look for replacement parts for this fan. That was the oscillator mechanism for this fan, and I failed. So I'm gonna be selling this fan for like parts if anybody has this fan um and if they need like the fan blade or the grills or the motor off of this fan, it's yours. If anybody is interested in this fan. But it's not a runner today. So let me move on with the second fan that I'm gonna be running. And this is the Venco box fan or personal high velocity fan. I got this fan from the antique show a long time ago. I thought it was a pretty unique fan because I never seen a fan like this before. And this fan is actually based off of the vintage Lasco personal box fan that is identical to this fan. And I actually saw somebody over at the antique show this year who had this same fan but branded under Lasco. But the person who had that fan actually sold it before I could buy it. But yeah, and this is a one-speed fan also. I'm getting rid of this fan because this fan is very noisy. Is very noisy. It vibrates. And it's pretty loud and I didn't really use this fan that much. I only like used this fan for like one like summer, I do believe, on my sunroom, and this fan um pushed some air to keep the sunroom cool, um but I'm just gonna get rid of this fan. This fan has been collecting dust and it's been sitting down here in the basement and it's been sitting in my garage also. Because we were using this fan out in my garage also. So yeah. But yeah. So here is on. If I can reach the switch for this fan. It's a slider switch. If I can turn this fan on. If I can find the switch. Here we go. This fan pushes a good amount of air, but not that lot. But yeah, if somebody is interested in this fan, um, you can have this fan. And here's there's a vibration when you turn it off. So yeah, there's the Venco fan. Let me unplug this fan.